What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. It was not exactly clear that Snow White was going to be a flop, although I guess if you paid attention to all the signs and you read the tea leaves, you knew it wasn't going to do gangbusters. But it has come out, and yeah, if you were one of those people that had bets about it making more than 400 million or 500 million, Robert Meyer Burnett and Irwin, I'm looking at you. You are going to probably be losing those bets. This is tracking like the Marvels, which was pulled before it ever hit 200 million. I think the last gross for the Marvels was somewhere in the high 190s. So 44% on the tomato meter when it first came out, the early previews on Thursday, and then well into the weekend that it was going up and down, and now it seems to have settled at 44%. I mean, a 74% for the popcorn meter, not much better. Even the best of the reviews are like, I mean, it's all right. It's all right. Not worth the hundreds of millions of dollars they very clearly spent on this. Not because it looks great, but because we know how much the budget costs. Even when they try to lie and say it only costs 180, you can see here only 43%, or for 43 million, 49% came from domestic. The rest came internationally. 87 million its opening weekend, which is about 20 million less than the Marvels made. So that is where you should start getting worried if you were them. Likely to lose at least minimum 250 million, probably on the higher end of that, because we know all of their numbers are askewed. So like I said, predicted to lose 250 million. From the numbers, like I said, we saw here that 87.3 globally, not desirable, not desirable. Sean Robbins at the Box Office Theory was predicting a 42 million opening on the domestic run, so he was close. Deadline over here was predicting it would do between 45 and 50 million, and Rebecca Rubin at Variety expected it to do about 45 to 50 million. So depending on who you ask, it came just under expectations or just slightly over expectations. But like I said, on the global front, Deadline and Variety both expected the film to do around or above 100 million, and with that 87.3, it did definitely fail their global speculation, and I don't think that's going to get much better, basically, especially since now is word of mouth, and everyone that has seen this movie and everyone that I've talked to that's seen this movie is going to be horrible. By the way, spoiler, unfortunately, I will be seeing this movie on Thursday, because on the last Inside the Badger Den super chat goal of $1,000, which I didn't actually think we'd hit. That's why it was set at that amount, and yet we hit it because masochist's gonna masochist, and so now I have to see this movie. It's gonna be great. As pointed out, this film following a similar trajectory to Marvel Studios' The Marvels, which was pulled before their 200 million mark. The Marvels had a better domestic opening than Snow White, which is not great. It had a much stronger Friday, where it seems like Snow White made the majority of its money on Saturdays and Sundays. But it said globally, the Marvels had $110 million opening compared to the 87.3 that we just saw. So that's not great. Given this poor box office performance, we have Odin from OMB Reviews predicting that the film is likely to lose that 250 million. This is, of course, ignoring their supposed 180 million dollar budget, because we know it was more than that. So, predicting that the global run will end of a box office of around 260 to 270 million if those numbers hold. If an average run happens, if it doesn't overperform, if it doesn't do better down the line, doesn't have strong legs, looking at a final total of $260 million globally. The budget is well over this. Well. Sorry, and the 180, that was for Captain America on the thing. Either way, we know this one for sure is well over 260 million. So you're done there. And if that's where the film ends, guess what? 250 million, maybe even $300 million in financial losses. And that's using the 270 million production budget number, which we know it's higher than that. So with 270 million as your production budget, your break even is between 675 and 810. It's probably even higher than that. We had Caroline Reed over at Forbes talk about in 2022, it was already at 209. Then it ballooned up to 269. They took they took a $55 million reimbursement, bringing it down to 213, but then it ballooned again with reshoots, post-production and adding in the actress and the CGI dwarves. So that's what we have. Palpatine here. Sorry, CD, Jesus Christ, WDW Pro. We know that this film had I saw Palpatine down there at the bottom. We know that this film had a budget that was somewhere around 300 million. Somewhere around the higher end of that. They have overshot that significantly, according to my source, and the film is now heading towards The Force Awakens and the Rise of Palpatine. That's what I'm going to call it, kind of budget. We're nearing the $500 million mark, according to sources. And yeah, over here, Odin finishing out that $900 million to $1 billion would be required just to break even. And as he said, and as I agree, there is no way this is happening. Obviously, it's not just Rachel Zegler and her unlikability and all the things she said. It's Gal Gadot not being able to sing. It's Peter Dinklage saying the dumb shit. It's the perfect ethnicity casting that every single thing looks like you're a Broadway play, basically. See Wicked for their perfect casting, and then oh boy, the white party scene that we all looked at the end. Either way, yeah, dear God help me. I'll be seeing this Thursday and I'll let you know. But this movie is going to lose all the money. You let me know what you think about all this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.